I got the RoadPro Roaster. As many of you know, I've lost almost everything from my household that was in storage, and it was while I was downsizing my van. And I'm going to be honest here, this is what I'm facing. I don't have a lot of space. There's my fridge, and there's where my food is stored. That's where my puppy lives on top of all that over by me. And I'm out here in the desert. Let's see if you could see that. And I'm getting ready to make meatloaf. Groceries are kind of expensive in Lake Havasu, even worse in Quartzsite. And it just so happened that the red bell peppers, this is 2/3 and that's the other third, they were on sale for $5. So I got red, but the others weren't on sale. I usually like to use yellow or orange or something that shows up better in the meatloaf. I know it doesn't matter, but you know, you like it to look pleasing. I can't find my baggies, and I don't have any bowls except for one small one that I can't find right now. And so I just put it in these bags while I cut the onions and get the other stuff ready. And I don't have access to my spices because my door on the other side is broke and I can't open it, and that's where my spices are. And I have to clean out all that to get to it, so I don't know that I will. I want to say something here. It's important that it's carry in and carry out, and that you don't leave anything behind, and especially don't ever leave any scraps or anything. That's a rock or something somebody left. Don't leave any scraps, because it invites mice right into the camp area where you're at and where later someone else will be. So be careful that you take everything out with you. I'm trying to cut an onion in a different way. I did 4 partial cuts on each side, and then I peeled it, leaving on the top and the bottom. And then I went down and cut more all around, all the way through. And it's kind of holding together pretty good. There's a half an onion. I love onions, so you can't get too much. I'm not really following a recipe. I'm just thinking of what I have and have available and adding it in. So who knows how it'll turn out. I'm putting everything into the sack, using it as a bowl. And the only spices I can find, I don't have my salt and pepper, is ground cumin and minced garlic. And I have an egg here and some bread. I don't have any breadcrumbs, and I'm going to pour milk over my breadcrumbs to soak it up a bit, and then put it in and start mushing stuff around. There we go. Some milk soaked bread. They're probably a little bit too big and chunky, and I didn't have crackers or, you know, I had oatmeal, but it had sugar stuff in it, so I didn't want to use that either. And I hope this turns out okay, because I don't have salt and pepper. I might throw in some tomatoes, I think. Diced tomatoes. Anyway, hope these aren't too big of chunks. Here's what we have so far. So I don't have access to my little tripod, and so I'm breaking this up in pieces. And so I added cumin, which is the only spice I have available because I just recently bought it. And I have garlic, and I've added my egg, and I'm going to mix this around and then add the hamburger. I have here some fire roasted diced onions with garlic. You can see how looks good. I'm going to have to not get that liquid in there, and I'll probably only use half of a can. It'll probably fall apart when I eat it, but that's okay. It'll be good. I wanted to preheat the roaster, and I also wanted to wash this bowl where I ate salad, and I had the lid on it so it didn't go bad. And I need to wash that, so I'm doing double duty here. I'm adding the ground beef last. To make a good meatloaf, you should handle it the least amount of time you can. I'm just trying to mix it in. Here I am putting it in the pan. Then I'll try to form it to fit the pan. There it is in the pan. Sure wish I had salt and pepper too. I keep forgetting to get it at the dollar store. I don't want to get it at the grocery store because I don't want that much salt. I don't eat very much salt, but the diced tomatoes has some salt in it. I expect for it just barely to begin cooking at an hour. I expect it to take probably 2 hours to cook because this is low wattage. I can't remember now. I think it's 250 watts or something like that. It's right here. It heats to 255 degrees. And let's see, where does it say it? It's 150 watts, which is very similar to the RoadPro stove. And so it's not a fast cooker. So we'll check it in about an hour. Okay, the time is 10:40. And I need to go wash that bowl. Let's see. I have 78% and it's pulling 145. So we'll see you in an hour. Well, maybe a few seconds. A couple months ago, I bought me this new toaster that I haven't tried yet. It's 500 watts, but it only has one slot, so you could put one slice of bread or 2 halves of a bagel in it. I should have toasted my bread before I put it in there. That was sourdough bread. I'm hungry and I can't wait till the meatloaf is done, so I'm gonna eat a cotto salami sandwich. Unfortunately, my mustard and everything is over where my spices are and everything behind the door that's broke. It's been an hour and we're gonna look at it. You can see it's cooking away. I hope I don't burn it on the bottom. Let me get something. Okay, I just cut it. It's probably edible right now. Oh, hot. But I really want it to get done more. So I'm surprised it's that good in an hour. It's got a lot of grease. We'll check back a little bit later. I've taken out some of the grease in the liquids and I'll let it cook a little bit longer. Even though it's probably fine as it is. It's been an hour and a half and I think it looks pretty good. I put ketchup on the top a while ago and I drained out some of the juices, some grease. And let's see on EcoFlow. That's where it's at now. It's done and I'm going to eat some. It's a bit crumbly because I put wet stuff in it, like tomatoes that I couldn't drain them. But you know what? It's really good, and that's what counts. It firmed up after it cooled off, and it was just fine without any more seasonings.